On Sunday, the New England Patriots went all the way down south to play the Miami Dolphins, a city where Tom Brady is known to struggle. He had a 7-10 record going into the game. Even with a below 500 record there, the 41-year-old quarterback still came to play. He was 27 of 43 for 358 yards and 3 touchdowns, with all of them coming in the first half. Dolphins quarterback Ryan Tannehill only dropped back 19 times, but he still had 265 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Now when it comes to running the football, the Patriots couldn't really do much with having less than 80 rushing yards off of 30 attempts. But the Dolphins, however, had nearly 190 rushing yards off of 21 attempts and had 2 touchdowns to go with it as well. Running back Frank Gore of the Miami Dolphins had nearly 8 yards a carry on 12 attempts. He moved past LaDainian Tomlinson into 5th place of all-time scrimmage yards with 18,474. He needs to be a first ballot Hall of Famer as soon as he retires. Now back to the Patriots. Tight end Rob Gronkowski had his second game this season with over 100 yards receiving. He had 8 catches off of 8 targets for 107 yards and a touchdown. Wide receiver Josh Gordon fell 4 yards short of 100 receiving yards with 5 catches and 96 yards. Dolphins wide receiver Kenny Stills led the way for his team in receiving. He had 8 catches off of 9 targets for 135 receiving yards and a touchdown, and this was easily the best game he's had since week 1. But when the Dolphins were in need of someone to come up big, Kenyon Drake saved the day. On the last play of the game, Ryan Tannehill threw a pass to Kenny Stills when it was then given to Devontae Parker, when he then shoveled it to Kenyon Drake, and he was able to find an open lane and win the game for Miami. Miami won 34-33 and improved to 7-6, while the Patriots fell to 9-4. The Miami Dolphins have to keep winning and hope for the Baltimore Ravens to lose. Next week, the Miami Dolphins will be going up to Minnesota to play a Viking team that just recently fired their offensive coordinator, while the Ravens have a home game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Even though New England is still the 2nd seed in the AFC, the Houston Texans now have a better chance of getting the first round bye, partly because of both teams are tied at 9-4. Next Sunday, New England will be going up against a Pittsburgh Steelers team who has lost 3 straight games, and after that, they'll be going up against the Bills and Jets at home, which should both be 2 easy wins for them. I can see New England winning all 3 games and improving to 12-4 going into the playoffs. Houston's last 3 games will be at New York to play the Jets, at Philadelphia to play the Eagles, and at home against the Jaguars. I can see the Texans winning at least 2 of those games, with maybe losing the game against the Eagles. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, like the video. And if you like me, subscribe.